Welcome, dear friends, to another enlightening dialogue. Before we delve into the mysteries, please remember to subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions. Allow me to introduce you to a peculiar universal phenomenon. Picture yourself suddenly being roused from a deep sleep, inexplicably wide awake and conscious at 3 in the morning. The world outside is silent, the chaos of the day has ebbed away, and there's a certain clarity in your thoughts, a lucidity you didn't possess before. This event, often known as the 3 a.m. awakening, is as baffling as it is common. It's a curiosity that has baffled and intrigued researchers and philosophers alike. It is a unique, almost mystical experience that cuts across different cultures, geographical boundaries and time zones, intriguing us with its enigmatic nature. No matter where you are in the world, the story remains the same. The quietude of 3 a.m. has a universal appeal, but what makes it so intriguing, our fascination with this hour, lies in its silence. The dead of the night, 3 in the morning, is often the most tranquil hour in the day. This isn't the time for the clamour of daily life. It's the moment when the world collectively pauses and a rare moment of serenity is offered. This tranquility creates a perfect environment for introspection and allows us to tune into the subtle whispers of our soul, unearthing deeper truths that often lay buried underneath the noise of our routine lives. But the enigma of the 3 a.m. awakening doesn't stop at quiet introspection. It seeps into cultural and spiritual aspects worldwide, each culture attributing it with distinct spiritual significance. In certain cultures, it's perceived as an auspicious time for meditation and introspection, a window to communicate with divine entities. In others, it is said to be a time of heightened psychic abilities, a gateway to the unseen realms. From our perspective as followers of the Christian faith, the 3 a.m. awakening holds significant importance, is deeply embedded in our spiritual history, and holds a special place in the realm of Christian devotion. This spiritual resonance isn't arbitrary. It's an experience that's been passed down through generations, steeped in rich historical context and deep spiritual significance. As we embark on this fascinating exploration, we delve into the historical, understand the spiritual significance, and consider the practical applications of this sacred hour in the context of the Christian faith. We'll uncover centuries of religious teachings and practices, tracing the significance of this hour through various epochs of Christian history. So, let's venture together into this captivating exploration of the 3 a.m. awakening. This journey will take us through the corridors of time and spirituality, delving into the profound mysteries of our faith and leading us to the very core of Christian devotion. This exploration isn't merely an academic exercise. It's a spiritual journey, one that allows us to understand our faith better, deepen our relationship with the divine, and discover new dimensions of our spirituality. It's a pilgrimage into the heart of our faith, a voyage into the mysteries of our spiritual practices and traditions. Join us as we embark on this enlightening venture. Journey with us as we unravel the mystery of the 3 a.m. awakening, a voyage that takes us through time and spirituality and leads us to the very essence of Christian devotion. As we journey together through history and spirituality, we find ourselves at the very heart of Christian devotion. The story of 3 a.m. awakening takes us back through centuries to the birth of Christian traditions. This ancient practice, shrouded in the gossamer veil of time, takes us to a period when the world was much different from today. It was a world steeped in spiritualism, where human beings lived in harmony with nature and their days and nights marked by the celestial bodies, not by man-made clocks. In the stillness of the night, when the rest of the world is deep in slumber, a unique and spiritually enriching tradition takes place. This is not your ordinary routine. It is the tradition of the 3 a.m. awakening. Each night at the stroke of 3, believers would rise from their beds to embark on a spiritual journey. This practice is steeped in history, rooted in the beginnings of the monastic life, and is celebrated even today by devout believers across the globe. Let's journey back in time, to the early days of Christianity, when it was more than just a religion. It was a way of life. Or the monastic life was beginning to take shape, and the monks sought to dedicate their entire existence to prayer and contemplation. They believed in leading a life of austerity, dedicating themselves to the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. They followed a strict schedule known as the Liturgy of the Hours, dividing their day into 8 distinct periods for prayer. One of these was the night office, or vigils, which took place in the silence of the early morning, typically around 3 a.m. The world outside was shrouded in darkness, and the monastery was a beacon of light, a spiritual sanctuary where the divine light was metaphorically kept alive. This was a time for deep contemplation and with God. Within the hallowed walls of the monastery, the monks would rise from their beds, gather in the chapel, and lift their voices in prayer. They would read from the Psalms, the spiritual verses offering comfort, wisdom, and guidance. They would meditate on the mysteries of faith, seeking to unravel the divine secrets that lay hidden in the folds of their holy texts. They would seek divine guidance for the day ahead, asking for the strength to face any challenges that may come their way. It was a sacred ritual, a meeting point between the earthly and the divine, a time when the veil between the two seemed to thin. It was a moment of transcendence, where the monks found themselves standing on the precipice of 2 worlds, one that was tangible and the other spiritual. The practice of the night office was not merely a religious obligation, it was a spiritual discipline, a way for the monks to cultivate inner silence, to tune out the distractions of the world, and to tune in to the voice of God. It was a practice that required discipline, commitment, and a deep longing for spiritual growth. As Christianity spread and evolved, so did the practice of the 3 a.m. awakening. It moved beyond the walls of the monastery, seeping into the lives of lay Christians who sought to deepen their faith. The 3 a.m. awakening became a shared spiritual practice, a common thread weaving together believers from different walks of life. In the Middle Ages, the tradition of the 3 a.m. awakening took on a new significance. It became a symbol, a representation of the hope and redemption that lay in the belief of the resurrection of Christ. Believers would rise in the early hours, not just to pray, but to celebrate the renewed hope and redemption that the resurrection symbolized. As we fast forward to modern times, we see that the 3 a.m. awakening has evolved yet again. Today, it is practiced by Christians of all denominations, and even by those who do not identify with any particular faith tradition. It is seen as a time for introspection, for self-reflection, and for setting intentions for the day ahead. Many people find that the quiet solitude of the early morning hours provides a perfect backdrop for deep, meaningful contemplation. Yet, despite these changes, the essence of the 3 a.m. awakening remains the same. It is still a call to inner awakening, a call to step away from the noise and busyness of the world and to step into a space of silence and solitude. It's a time to listen, to reflect, and to connect with something greater than ourselves. The 3 a.m. awakening is more than just a historical practice. It is a spiritual journey. It is an invitation to step into the silence of the early morning, to listen to the whispers of the divine, and to awaken to the possibilities of a new day. Whether you are a monk in a monastery, a layperson in a bustling city, or a seeker on a spiritual quest, the 3 a.m. awakening holds a promise for you. It is a promise of peace, of clarity, and of a deeper connection with the divine. It is a promise that transcends barriers of time and space, binding all seekers in an eternal quest for spiritual enlightenment. The 3 a.m. awakening is more than a historical practice. It is a spiritual journey, a call to inner awakening. The hour of 3 a.m. holds a profound spiritual significance in the Christian faith. To truly comprehend the depth of this significance, we journey into the heart of Christian belief, exploring the symbolic weight that the number 3 and by extension 3 a.m. carries within it. As we delve deeper, we unearth more than just a value. Instead, we discover a profound symbol of divinity that holds a vast treasury of spiritual meaning. To begin our exploration, we turn our attention to the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. These 3 distinct entities symbolize 3 facets of God's omnipresence, a cornerstone of Christian faith. They are a triune depiction of God's multifaceted nature. a single being, yet three, embodying God's enduring presence in our lives. Their unity and inseparability make them a powerful representation of how God permeates every corner of our existence. The hour of 3 a.m., a mirror to this Holy Trinity, serves as a potent reminder of God's omnipresence, a silent whisper of his constant companionship. Even in the darkest, quietest hours, when the world appears silent and seemingly oblivious to his presence, the clock striking 3 a.m. is a gentle reminder of his ever-watchful eyes and his unending love. Beyond the Holy Trinity, the number 3 holds even deeper biblical significance. Consider Jesus Christ's crucifixion. It happened at the 3rd hour of the day, culminating his death, only to rise from the dead on the 3rd day. This profound association of the number 3 with both the death and resurrection of Christ infuses 3 a.m. with a spiritual symbolism that transcends time and space. 3 a.m. is not just an end, it's a dawn of a new beginning, a symbol of rebirth closely linked to the miraculous resurrection of Christ. It's a whisper to the believer, a nudge from the divine, signaling not just an end, but a new beginning, a spiritual rebirth akin to the resurrection of Christ. Diving deeper, we encounter the concept of divine intervention, a pillar faith. It is the belief that God can, and often does, intervene in human affairs, especially in times of despair. The hour of 3 a.m., often referred to as the witching hour, is traditionally viewed as a time when the veil between the natural and supernatural is at its thinnest. For believers, this hour holds a different meaning. It is seen as a time when the divine is most palpable, a moment when one can sense the divine's intervention clearly. This belief has its roots in biblical accounts where significant events occur at the 3rd hour. Consider the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the apostles at the 3rd hour during Pentecost. It marked the birth of the Christian Church, a momentous event in Christian history. Then, in the Old Testament, Abraham's sacrifice of Isaac, a pivotal moment demonstrating unwavering faith and obedience, also occurred at the 3rd hour. These biblical instances of divine intervention at the 3rd hour add a spiritual weight to 3 a.m., transforming it into a time of heightened spiritual activity. It becomes a moment when prayers are believed to be particularly potent and divine messages more perceivable. But what does this mean to an individual believer? The spiritual significance of 3 a.m. can be seen as a divine invitation, a beckoning towards a more intimate relationship with God. It is a call to prayer, contemplation, and spiritual awakening. If you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., consider it not as an interruption of sleep, but as a divine appointment. It is a sacred hour when the world is hushed and life's usual distractions are few. This silence and solitude provide an ideal environment for prayer and meditation, facilitating a deeper connection with the divine. The symbolism associated with 3 a.m., the Holy Trinity, the death and resurrection of Christ, divine intervention, can infuse your prayers with a profound spiritual resonance. It is an opportunity for introspection, for reflecting on God's omnipresence, his sacrificial love, his power to resurrect and renew, and his willingness to intervene in our lives. When we embrace the spiritual significance of 3 a.m., we open ourselves up to the possibility of divine encounters, allowing to be guided by divine wisdom, comforted by divine presence, and transformed by divine love. In conclusion, the spiritual significance of 3 a.m. in the Christian faith is more than just numerology or superstition. It is a rich tapestry of biblical symbolism, divine invitation, and personal spiritual awakening. It is a testament to the enduring presence and power of God, even in the quietest, darkest hours. 3 a.m. is not just a time, it is a moment of divine connection, a sacred hour of spiritual awakening. How can one harness the power of the 3 a.m. awakening for personal growth? Let's seek the answer together. The 3 a.m. awakening, a concept that's gained a unique reputation in spiritual circles, refers to the stillness of the early morning hours that's said to hold an abundance of potential for personal and spiritual growth. The deep silence that envelops the world during this time, when most people are lost in dreams, presents us with an opportunity, an opening to connect with our inner selves, the divine energy us and the universe beyond. The tranquility of these moments is of an extraordinary nature, a gentle calm that can aid us in our journey towards self-improvement. Let's embark on a journey to understand how we can optimally utilize this sacred hour. To begin with, let's delve into the practice of prayer. Prayer, in its simplest sense, is a dialogue, a heartfelt conversation with the divine. It's a moment when we can lay bare our souls, expressing our deepest gratitude, confessing our failings, seeking guidance, or just basking in the divine presence, soaking up the soothing energies of the universe. The 3 a.m. awakening is a time of purity and clarity, when our minds can break free from the shackles of mundane distractions that often cloud our thoughts. It's a time when we can channel all our attention and energy towards our communication with the divine. Praying at the still hour of 3 a.m. can intensify the depth and meaning of our prayers. This deepened conversation can help us forge a bond with our spiritual side, which in turn drives personal growth. This sacred dialogue can be our mirror, reflecting our actions, intentions, and purpose in life. It's also a time to seek divine wisdom, to ask for guidance and direction in our journey towards evolving into the best versions of ourselves. Our journey doesn't end with prayer. The 3 a.m. awakening also provides us with a perfect setting for meditation. If prayer is seen as speaking to God, then meditation can be perceived as the act of silencing our minds to listen to the divine. It's a practice that encourages mindfulness, self-awareness, and a sense of serene peace. During the stillness of 3 a.m., we are given a golden opportunity to tune into our inner selves and the divine energy that is always flowing within us and around us. When we meditate during this time, our minds can reach a level of clarity that is often elusive during the chaotic daytime hours. This clarity aids us in understanding ourselves better, in making more conscious choices, and in promoting a sense of emotional well-being and resilience. Moreover, it can strengthen our connection with the divine, fostering spiritual growth and personal transformation. Following meditation, let's delve into the realm of contemplation. Contemplation is a practice of profound reflection, a deep introspective journey into the depths of our consciousness. It's a time to ponder over the mysteries of life, the divine, and our place in the grand cosmic orchestra. The silence of 3 a.m. creates the perfect environment for such deep contemplation. When we contemplate during these quiet hours, we encourage self-discovery, enabling us to understand our strengths, weaknesses, passions, and fears. It also stimulates intellectual growth, fostering critical thinking and creative problem-solving skills. Moreover, it deepens our understanding of the divine, triggering spiritual enlightenment and personal evolution. It's crucial to remember that the power of the 3 a.m. awakening isn't about rigid adherence to these practices of prayer, meditation, and contemplation. It's about finding what resonates with your spirit and incorporating it into your daily or nightly routine. It's about personalizing this sacred hour to your needs and using it as a powerful tool for personal growth and spiritual development. The benefits of embracing the 3 a.m. awakening are manifold. Regular practice during this divine hour can ignite spiritual growth, promoting a deeper connection with the divine and a greater understanding of our life's purpose. It can also encourage mental clarity, helping us make more conscious decisions and deal with life's challenges with resilience and grace. Additionally, it can emotional healing, enabling us to release past wounds and cultivate inner peace and happiness. In conclusion, the 3 a.m. awakening is a precious gift, a divine invitation to journey within ourselves and explore the depths of our spirituality. It's a time to disconnect from the external world and with the divine, a time to reflect, introspect, and grow. So, the next time you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., don't view it as an inconvenience. Instead, embrace it as an opportunity, a divine invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth, guided by the light of divine wisdom. The 3 a.m. awakening invites us to a journey of self-discovery and personal growth, guided by the light of divine wisdom. The 3 a.m. awakening is a call to action, a divine invitation to deepen our spiritual journey. These words ring true. It's as though we've been given a sacred key, a tool to unlock a profound understanding of ourselves and our relationship with the divine. You might be sitting there in the quiet of your home, wondering, how do I embrace this 3 a.m. awakening? How do I incorporate it into my life? These are understandable questions. After all, the concept might be new to you. It's not as formidable as it may seem. The first step is simply to be open to it, to accept the invitation. Acceptance is the first towards any new journey. The 3 a.m. awakening isn't a rigid practice. It's not like a strict regimen that you must adhere to, no. Instead, it's a fluid, personal journey. A journey that is as unique and diverse as each one of us. It's a time for you to connect with your spirituality in a way that feels natural and comfortable for you. It's about finding a calm space within yourself where you can explore deeper truths. Of course, there may be challenges along the way. As humans, we are naturally resistant to change. The early hours of the morning might feel like a strange time to be awake, let alone to be engaging in practices. You might feel tired or groggy, but remember, the 3 a.m. awakening is not about physical alertness, but spiritual awareness. And as with any new practice, it takes to adjust. An athlete doesn't excel at a sport overnight. A musician doesn't master an instrument in a day, and likewise, you can't expect to fully comprehend and engage with the 3 a.m. awakening immediately. Patience is key. So how do you overcome these challenges? One way is to prepare the night before. Go to bed a little earlier than usual. Ensure your environment is to peaceful sleep. This could be as simple as dimming the lights, turning off electronic devices, or perhaps engaging in a calming activity like reading. Another way is to create a routine around the awakening. This could involve reading a passage from the Bible, meditating, simply sitting in silence, listening to the quiet hum of the early morning. The routine will act as a guide, helping you navigate this new practice. But remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to the 3 a.m. awakening. It's a deeply personal journey, and the practices that work for one person may not work for another. The key is listen to your own spiritual needs and to be patient with yourself. Perhaps you're wondering why the 3 a.m. awakening is so important in our spiritual journey. It's because the quiet hours of early morning offer a unique opportunity for reflection, introspection, and connection. When the world is still, we are better able to hear the subtle whispers of our soul, the delicate murmurs of the divine within us. As you incorporate the 3 a.m. awakening into your life, you might find that it becomes a cherished part of your daily routine, a quiet oasis of calm and contemplation in the midst of a busy world. An oasis where you can retreat to any time you need a respite from the everyday hustle and bustle. And as you to embrace this practice, you'll find that it's not just an event that happens at a certain time, but a way of life, a continuous journey of growth and discovery. The 3 a.m. awakening is a call to action, a call to deepen your spiritual journey. It's a call to wake to your true self, to the divine presence within you. It's a call to live a life of greater meaning, purpose, and joy. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're here to support you, to provide guidance and encouragement as you explore the 3 a.m. awakening. We're here to share in your discoveries, your insights, your moments of joy and peace. We invite you to join us, to become part of our community, to share in this journey of spiritual awakening and personal growth. We believe that together we can create a movement, a wave of spiritual awakening that can transform our lives and our world. So, as we conclude our journey today, we invite you to take the first embrace the 3 a.m. awakening. Listen to the call. Begin your journey of spiritual growth and discovery. And remember, the 3 a.m. awakening is not just an event, but a way of life. So, we invite you, please subscribe to our channel to continue this spiritual journey together. Let's awaken to the divine within us. Let's awaken to the possibilities of a life lived in deep connection with our spirituality. Let's awaken together at 3 a.m.